Will everyone please be seated? Well, welcome to everyone to the commencement for the class of 2023 from the University of Colorado School of Medicine. And could we ask for a more beautiful day? This is spectacular. It's literally the best day of the year, so this is just wonderful. My name is Brian Dwinell. I'm the Associate Dean of Student Life, and I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming our graduates, the faculty, family, and friends to celebrating the class of 2023. I would be remiss if I did not recognize our Student Affairs Manager, Melanie Trinkwald, the entire OSL staff, and our Events Director, Zach Strober, who've done an incredible amount of work to make this day possible. Please join me in thanking them. We also have a wonderful group of distinguished faculty on the stage with me today that I'd like to introduce. First, the Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. John Riley, the President of the University of Colorado, Todd Salomon, the Chancellor of the Anschutz Medical Campus, Don Elliman, our special guest, very distinguished alumnus, Dr. George A. Doc Lopez, and then Deans Shanta Zimmer, Deb Seymour, Jeff Suhu, Liz Gunderson, Nida Awadallah, Maurice Scott, and our invited speaker, Dr. Jeff Druck. I'm excited to have him here as well. I would also like to thank our faculty marshals. These individuals were selected by the graduates in recognition of their service to the class. They're sitting in the front here. The marshals are Drs. Austin Butterfield, Steve Lowenstein, Jennifer Adams, Maurice Scott, Shanta Zimmer, and we had an honorary marshal, Nicole Zender. The class would like to thank you for your particularly meaningful role in their time here. Finally, we would like to take a moment to honor and thank those who have served in our military, including our graduating students who have served in or have matched the military, along with faculty and guests who have served or are serving in the military. Will you please stand to be recognized? We are so grateful for your service. Well, I know that you all recognize that a commencement like this is a serious event. All the pomp and circumstance, the dignitaries on stage, but I also hope you recognize that this is a celebration. I clearly noticed that there was a family back there that noticed it was a celebration. I love that response. Yeah. I'll tell you, we've always cherished this ceremony and we'll never take it for granted again that we're able to hold it in this beautiful setting. We, in fact, lost that privilege during the pandemic. And sometimes I know you realize that you don't recognize how something is so special until you've lost it. We obviously all suffered tremendous loss during the pandemic, and I don't intend to trivialize any of that. Rather, I want to celebrate the class of 2023 for serving as role models and leaders during this difficult time. While combating the devastating impact of the pandemic was enough, the class of 2023 experienced many changes at the School of Medicine. In particular, they were the last class in our legacy curriculum, which if you were in their shoes might leave you a little frustrated. However, the class of 2023 embraced their role in the school, serving on countless curriculum reform committees, shepherding underclassmen through new territory, and serving as shining examples for what medical professionals are meant to be. They volunteered so much of their time knowing that their efforts wouldn't necessarily impact their own education, but the education of the future CU School of Medicine students. Now, that's not to say that the class of 2023 received anything but a world-class education. Trust me, they're well prepared. But they too recognize that society is changing fast, and we need to adapt to a changing landscape. The class of 2023 have endured a tumultuous time in our history. There's been incredible political, social, public health, and global unrest, but they've always stood for what is right. They demonstrated that empathy for one another is a critical characteristic of our profession. They managed to maintain a strong sense of community despite incredible barriers laid before them. While it is with some sadness that we see you leaving the CU School of Medicine, trust me, you will always be part of our family, and we know the future of the profession is in extraordinary hands. Like the parents out there, family members, loved ones, I stand here with tremendous pride for our graduates. We're constantly reminding us how fortunate we are to be members of this profession and to participate in your journey. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I would like to thank the family and friends of our students for allowing us to share in their lives. This is a special day, and we're so happy to have you here with us. Thank you. You know, it's funny, as a parent, I was thinking driving in this morning, I remember back to my kids' various graduations, and I know many of you do too, all the way from elementary school, the transition ceremony and so forth, and middle school and high school. Did you ever, parents for you out there, did you ever imagine today coming? It truly is extraordinary what these students have accomplished. And I congratulate the families that supported them on their journey. I now have the opportunity to introduce our class speaker. Evan Cornish has been selected by the members of the class of 2023 to speak on their behalf at commencement today. Evan came to the School of Medicine as a graduate of Columbia University with a BA in history. While at the School of Medicine, he was elected to the Gold Humanism Honor Society and has received several additional awards, including being named the class of 2023 Student Professionalism Award winner and the DeLuise Family Award for outstanding community service to a medically underserved population. He already has multiple presentations and publications, and no doubt will have many more in the future. On top of all these talents, Evan can speak both Spanish and ancient Greek. Yeah, that's a Renaissance man. Each year at orientation, we take note of particular students that have inherent leadership skills, and I clearly recall sharing that sentiment about Evan when he skillfully led a discussion on the class's powerful honor statements. Evan is a fierce advocate for his patients, his colleagues, and the profession of medicine. He will be continuing his training in OBGYN at UC Davis in Sacramento. Please join me in welcoming Evan to the stage.
Thank you to everyone for coming today to celebrate the class of 2023. This is an exceptionally gifted group of people who I have been proud to call my colleagues and friends. I wish that today I could offer a series of platitudes and well wishes, add to the pile of congratulations you all will undoubtedly receive, and we could all go about our lives. But that is no longer the world we live in. Medicine is weaker than we found it 4 years ago. Treatments themselves have not lost their efficacy, but the intentional sowing of distrust against medical professionals during the COVID pandemic and the increasingly barbaric restrictions of reproductive rights have left us less able to help the patients and communities we serve. I am tired of hearing that we went to school in unprecedented times. We did not go to school in unprecedented times. We went to school in disastrous times. The scale of human casualties from the pandemic was unfathomable, but there were very specific forces that increased the number of those casualties, weren't there? The first patient I ever saw died from COVID-19 unvaccinated. The second patient I saw died from COVID-19 unvaccinated. The third patient I saw died from COVID-19 unvaccinated. Each of these deaths well into a period when vaccinations were not only readily available, but encouraged by every legitimate medical organization in the world. Each of those patients, until their intubation, had on a particular news network in their hospital room that downplayed the dangers of COVID and stoked fears about the risks of vaccination. You all are welcome to one guess what news network it was. It was an organized effort to do nothing that resulted in our country's death toll outpacing every other nation on the planet. 1.1 million people died in the United States from COVID and its complications. We have 4% of the world's population and 16% of its COVID deaths. Now, I know that statistics have in so many ways lost their ability to shock us, but that is an astonishing figure. The most conservative estimates suggest that more than 300,000 of those deaths could have been prevented with vaccination. And I would argue hundreds of thousands more if basic concern for the safety of others had not been so immediately politicized. A virus entered our lives and took from us a great deal, but it was the enemies of public health that may have produced a higher death toll than the pathogen itself. Like the botulinum toxin or the Fimbriae of E. coli, it is not enough for you to know that these forces exist and that they are dangerous. You must understand how they function. From one patient's mouth, I heard all three of the following. COVID is a bioweapon made in a Wuhan lab. COVID isn't dangerous, it's just like the cold. And COVID isn't real at all. Now, while none of those is true, they certainly can't all be true. And while we may look at this person's conspiracy theories and say they make no sense, that doesn't really matter to the person that believes them. The goal of those that disseminate anti-scientific propaganda is not to make sense. The goal is to appeal to our basest instincts, inflame the frustrations we all feel, and ensure our most regrettable dispositions fibrose in place, all the more ready to consume the next dangerous lie, however contradictory it was with the last. This system of belief functions like a lens. It is not, as the odd YouTube video lying about deaths following vaccination will tell you, that you have to see it to believe it. It's just the opposite. You have to believe it to see it. These videos, seen by millions and reposted by tens of thousands, don't just argue against specific medical interventions, they attack the legitimacy of medicine as a whole. But attacks also came from voices that did not directly endorse these conspiracies, but rather did everything in their power not to correct them. These were the media personalities like Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, and Tucker Carlson, who gave airtime to the opinions of disgraced scientists and hate mongers, and then cowered behind the defense of free speech, as if there were no difference between can and should. This was the now owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, who for some reason felt the need to weigh in and claim the cure is worse than the disease, which is a wretched, deadly lie. The rhetorical positioning used by these individuals is in many ways more sophisticated than the blustering efforts found on the far corners of the internet. There is one particularly concerning example that I hope will prove my point. Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, my birth state, for what it's worth, said that nurses ought not be required to get vaccinated because, quote, some of them are trying to have families. Now, he does not explicitly endorse the circulating, baseless, deadly claim that vaccines affect fertility, but for those listening for a dog whistle, he has won their obedience. This strategy functions like a perfume ad on television. He offers no actual information about the product, but he does tell you how to feel about it. This man chose to legitimize a deadly medical lie rather than have to contradict his supporters' brittle worldview. Speaking to a group of college students at a point when tens of thousands of Floridians had already died, DeSantis mocked these students for wearing masks and social distancing and called it COVID theater. Well, I had season tickets to COVID theater, and it was a goddamn tragedy in every act. The first tragedy was the loss of those before we could offer the best help and prevention. The second tragedy was the loss of folks that were told that help was poison. And the third tragedy is the effect this rhetoric has had on people I love and used to respect. It is an awful thing to watch a patient's body weaken and tire as they take their last breath. An awful thing. It is somehow worse to hear a loved one exhale their last compassionate thought before beginning in on a series of hateful regurgitations about how we have to think about the effect this is all going to have on the markets, or about how we need to prioritize the healthy over the vulnerable. People made their decisions and knew the risks, continues the voice on the other side of the phone, but the reality is that we were never really rolling the same dice. COVID outcomes were stratified by race and class due to the inequities in our medical system, and because of that, this virus killed discriminately, with Black Americans 57% more likely to die than their white counterparts with the same disease. So when some argue from positions of comfort and safety that they are okay with the risks, what they're exposing is nothing less than a willingness to trade the lives of others for the return of their own convenience. Speaking with an 8th grader during a virtual summer camp about COVID, she said, "I fear for the future of humanity if we continue this bitter behavior." Yeah, me too, Cassie. It would take us decades to fully process the events of the last years, but we don't have decades to process the last public health crisis. The next public health crisis is here now. Denying a patient their right to abortion care in the developed country with the single greatest chance of death during labor and delivery is moral bankruptcy. What? Once again, we see our opposition gaining points in a culture war at the expense of the tens of thousands whose lives will be ended or ruined because a wedge has been driven between care and those who need it. Once again, this will be felt most by those who have been helped the least. And once again, it's those same voices, isn't it? The same governors and the same talking heads who just let us off a cliff have now taken it upon themselves to restrict care and cost lives. But hey, probably not their lives. The enemies of public health are strong and capable. Behind the thinly veiled guise of hoaxy good intentions is a well-oiled propaganda machine that just showed us the scale of catastrophe it is capable of producing. I know that what we are facing is enough to scare the bravest of us, but more terrifying still is the prospect of a life lived in apathy toward the suffering of others. It is this generation of physicians that will be forced to hold the line of truth, choice, and dignity. We are trained to speak very cautiously about things we understand well, while our opposition is rewarded for speaking with wild confidence about things they do not understand at all. Friends, you graduate today not only with dexterous hands, but with an informed voice that must be raised as loud as you can make it on behalf of those that need you. It is time for us to decide what we are about. Our days as ambitious undergraduates are long gone. We are servants of our communities now, nothing more and nothing less. And it is because of that that you must speak with the authority that you have earned at the level of the single patient's care and at the level of community health. The hesitation you feel in doing so will not be shared by those speaking against you. With the grim landscape around us, the courage I have seen in you is a sliver of hope for the future of our profession and for our democracy. Rise to this occasion. Keep your hearts on fire and your brains on ice. Good luck.
Thank you, Evan, for that powerful address. You're clearly a role model for advocacy, and it reminded me of something that I know some of you have heard me say before, but boy, it couldn't have been emphasized anymore with that presentation, is that the difference between medical students when I went to medical school, there was no doubt in my mind that the individual students were committed to making patients' lives better. That was our goal. The difference between students in my day and the ones today is the ones today absolutely have the same conviction for patient care, but they also want to change the world. Thank you for demonstrating that. I now have the opportunity to ask our outstanding co-class presidents, Brenda Law and Alec Mansour, to join me on the stage to introduce our next speaker. Alec and Brenda have served as a co-presidents for all 4 years. Incredible people. You know, I was thinking to myself last night, I think the biggest compliment I can pay to them is whenever I had a difficult situation that I needed some advice on from a student perspective, I always reached out to Brenda and Alec. They are wonderful advocates for their classmates, for the profession, and they knew how to balance their advocacy. And they are also incredible individuals. Learned about them, some individual characteristics. For instance, Alec is a tremendous lip sync performer. Have him do his Freddie Mercury for you sometime, it's amazing. And then Brenda, I was watching as she's walking up here, she actually ran a half marathon yesterday. I was a little worried, but she did it. Brenda and Alec.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brenda Law, and this is Alec Mansour. We have had the honor of serving as co-presidents for the class of 2023 for the past 4 years. We are thrilled to be here with our peers, family, friends, and faculty in celebration of this incredible milestone.
Over these past 4 years, all of us have gotten to know each other quite well. As a class, we've witnessed tremendous growth in both our professional and personal identities. We've taken care of patients and each other, served as agents of change, fought for social justice, completed scholarly research, founded new interest groups, played a few games of kickball, volleyball, Smash Bros, win some, lose some. And after tallying up all the numbers, we've taken at least 3 exams.
Perhaps most importantly, we've seen our classmates rally together and support each other in times of need. We adapted to a rapidly changing education system during the COVID-19 pandemic and continue to persevere and evolve while still providing excellent care for our patients.
I'm sure so many of us were reflecting on the letters we wrote to ourselves during first year and hopefully realized that we've come so far and have actually fulfilled the desires and goals that we wrote down. We hope that as all of you look back on your medical school experience, you can think of people who stood by you and lifted you up in the difficult times throughout these years. I know I get a little emotional thinking about all the friends and mentors who have made me into the slightly different, hopefully better person that I am today.
In the spirit of lifting one another up, we're immensely excited to introduce our very special guest speaker, Dr. Jeffrey Druck. He is no stranger to our class and has been there for us since day one during his time as Assistant Dean of Student Affairs at CU. Dr. Druck is now an emergency medicine physician at the University of Utah Hospital and currently serves as the Vice Chair of Faculty Advancement, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Well-being for their department. His work as a clinician, educator, mentor, friend, and investor in each of us is admirable and aspirational. Using his gifts, he has guided our class through the rigors of the professional medical field with love and humor. It is with great honor that we are able to have him join us today. Please help us in welcoming Dr. Druck to the podium.
As a surprise for Alec, we actually are going to start with some Bohemian Rhapsody lip syncing. No? No. Soon to be graduates of the University of Colorado School of Medicine. As you sit here today, dressed in your caps and gowns, surrounded by those who love you and support you, ready to embark on the next phase of your journey as physicians, I want to be frank with you. You have picked a heck of a time to join medicine. Being a doctor is tough. In fact, it's one of the most challenging professions out there. In addition to the standard long hours studying, working, and caring for patients, you have additional elements that make medicine arduous, including even putting our lives at risk to care for our patients. Burnout has become so prevalent, discussions center not on if you will become burned out, but when. Caring for patients is no longer limited to hospital-based interventions due to the increased recognition of social determinants of health, which has made improving health outcomes in broader society a formidable undertaking. The economics of medicine has become increasingly complex with prior authorizations, diminished payments, and a proliferation of administrators making our jobs harder. You will be held to a high standard with little margin for error because healthcare is one of the few professions where you can get it right 99.9% of the time, but when you don't get it right, someone may lose their life. Finally, you will often be called upon to make sacrifices, both personal and professional, that will not only affect you, but also those you love around you. But you will also love it, like I do. I love the technical aspects of medicine, generating your differential diagnosis for the patient who comes in with weakness that started in his legs, worse when trying to climb stairs, and then using your physical exam skills to confirm your diagnosis of Guillain-Barré. I love the procedural elements, such as expertly placing a chest tube to relieve a pneumothorax. I love the team-based elements, working hand in hand with colleagues in other fields of medicine, nursing, and pharmacy, all focused on the care of an individual life. I love making difficult decisions that can have life-altering consequences. I love the opportunity to hold the hand of a patient that I am the first to tell about a possible cancer diagnosis. And I also love sharing in their sorrow, almost as much as I love being propositioned by an 80-year-old woman who tells me, while I'm repairing a laceration on her neck, that she's a rich widow and would I be interested in something on the side. You will witness and be an active participant in the most intimate moments of people's lives, including their pain, their fears, their unfiltered capacity for love, their denial, their acceptance, and maybe most poignantly, their audacity to hope. You will get to heal people, you will relieve their pain and suffering, and you will provide that hope. You will be the difference in the lives of your patients and their families, and you will earn their trust and respect. You are part of a community that's essence is to heal. You'll grow with our community because of your shared values and common purpose, and you'll find deep meaning and affirmation in that connection. And perhaps, most importantly, you will recognize the privilege of being present with people in their most vulnerable moments, of bearing witness to their humanity and their power, and you will be the source of comfort, support, and the one who affirms that their life is valued and precious. So yes, being a doctor is hard, but it's also an incredible honor and privilege. And as you leave this school and begin your careers, I hope you will remember that and hold on to it through the good days and the bad. As I reflected on the weight of this invitation to speak to you on the day of your outstanding accomplishments, I pondered what advice I could share that made a difference in my life over the years. I came up with 4 pieces of advice that I hope will serve you well in your career as physicians. The first piece actually came from my mom. Allison Mann was a nurse, and upon my graduation from medical school, she told me, "Make the nurses love you." Honestly, this is still the best advice I've had in all my years of caring for patients. As I've said before, medicine is now a team sport, and there is no question that nurses are going to save your patootie over and over and over again. But creating an environment, it's true. But creating an environment that makes it easy for all team members to talk to you is crucial. If they don't like you, or are afraid of you, or feel devalued by you, they're going to be less likely to tell you about a patient's trending potassium. They're going to be less likely to come to you with concerns about decreased urine output. While these are important, there's something even deeper in this piece of advice. What I believe my mom was also instilling in me was humility. We, as physicians, like to think that we save lives on a daily basis. We also like to think that we are the most important, most educated, and most skilled members of the team. However, odds are the environmental services team members likely save more lives than we do by preventing infection day in, day out. And although we train to be leaders and with final decision-making capability, we have to act as servant leaders. As Booker T. Washington said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. So piece of advice number 1, make the nurses love you. The second piece of advice originally came from Ronald Reagan. if you've ever worked a clinical shift with me or been in any meeting, you know one of my favorite quotes is trust but verify. Coming from the Russian proverb, dovere no provere, and please pardon my Russian pronunciation because I know that was terrible. Reagan used trust but verify repeatedly when talking about nuclear disarmament of the Soviet Union. The point became clear to me when I had a patient, a 35-year-old male, who came in with generalized abdominal pain, which subsequently localized to the right lower quadrant. He had no other past medical history, and like a good emergency medicine doctor, I transferred his care to the surgeons for a trip to the OR without any imaging. As they were prepping his abdomen, however, they noticed that he had a 2-inch scar in his right lower quadrant, something that I had not noticed. Not surprisingly, after a negative appendectomy where no appendix was found, I knew I had not followed my own advice. This patient taught me an important lesson, and it reinforced that we should trust our patients to be experts in their own lives, and sometimes we need to do some further investigation. The patient who complains that blood doesn't taste right when she drinks it and she's a vampire might need some verification. The parents who tell you that their daughter got frostbite on one hand while skiing at the age of 1, better verify that too. Piece of advice number 2, trust but verify. As a side note, I was one of those 2 parents with a daughter that was 1 year old with frostbite on her hand, so sometimes it is true. This third piece of advice comes from me. It is reflect on feedback because sometimes it is right. You're going to receive a lot of feedback over the next 3 to 7 years of your residency education. I know one person actually said it's really 9. And in fact, it's an ACGME mandate that you get that feedback. As that feedback comes flooding in, you're going to have to decide whether that feedback is accurate or not. Unfortunately, sometimes our ego gets in the way. Sometimes we can't step out of ourselves and realize how accurate some of the assessments are. Similarly, you're going to get some dramatically inaccurate, possibly biased, and even outright discriminatory feedback. And for that type of feedback, you need to ignore it. You can spend a few moments examining it for truth, but after that, put it where it belongs, in the trash. A story about a time when I needed to hear tough but accurate feedback happened when I was leaving Emory to come to the University of Colorado for my second job as an attending. The residents threw a going away party for me. Whether in celebration of my leaving or as a cheery farewell party is up to you to decide. I was standing talking to 2 residents, Ethan and Malcolm. Ethan said to me, "Jeff, I am so jealous that you're moving back to Colorado and all the skiing you're going to do there. You've got to invite me out to come join you." And I said, "Yeah, Ethan, of course, I'd love to have you come join me." And then I turned to Malcolm and I said, "Malcolm, you should come out and I'll teach you how to ski." If you haven't already guessed the story's key element, Ethan is white and Malcolm is black. Malcolm said, "Oh, you think because I'm black, I don't know how to ski." My stomach dropped as I realized he was right. I apologized to him for my blatantly racist remark, but this interaction changed my life and began my journey into working on diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. Now, the punchline to the story is that Malcolm forgave my blunder and ended up coming out for Black Ski Week, which was in Vail that year, and of course, he was a much better skier than I am. There are 2 things that I take away from that interaction. One is that Malcolm had a relationship with me that made it okay to give me honest feedback. The second is that I had to actually realize the truth of what he said, taking the feedback to heart and making changes that have made me a better human. So remember the third piece of advice. Reflect on feedback because sometimes it is right. The final piece of advice actually comes from Dr. Steve Lowenstein. His advice is show gratitude. Gratitude has been shown to decrease burnout, improve well-being, and enhance empathy. Seligman published a study where participants were asked to write down 3 good things every day for a week, literally 1 week. Wellness benefits were still evident 6 months later. Surprisingly, it also improves both physical and psychological health and can improve your sleep, which we all need more of. Gratitude is pausing to notice and appreciate the things we take for granted. It's a feeling of appreciation for others' acts of kindness. Gratitude also encompasses the readiness to show appreciation for those kindnesses and return them at every opportunity available. When we intentionally practice gratitude, it can also help us relish our experiences, really immerse ourselves in them, and be a part of the collective goodness in this profession and in the world. Along those lines, I have some thank yous. First, to all of you for selecting me to speak and giving me this honor, for allowing me to be part of your journey, for teaching me about collaboration, equity, medicine, and gratitude, for being here so we can celebrate your outstanding accomplishments, for being the change we have all waited for. Second, to so many of the CU faculty and staff who have formed me over the past 19 years. Dean Riley, Zimmer, Dwinell, Suhu, Dr. Kaplan, Sungar, Seymour, Richards, Overbeck, Buchanan, Christy Angerhofer, Deborah Jackson, Chris Reed, Aaron McKay, and so many others. Because we all know that none of us get here alone. We rely on our loved ones, our friends, our peers, our teachers, and our patients throughout our lives to help us achieve our goals. In that vein, I'm hoping that the class of 2023 can join me in performing their very first act of gratitude by turning to your fellow newly minted doctors and thanking them for your contributions in their journey. Next, I'd like the class of 2023 in joining me in giving a round of applause for your teachers, both in medical school and in life. And finally, if the class of 2023 can join me in applauding for their loved ones, some of whom are here and some of whom are not, as they are our foundation. So to remind you, the 4 pieces of advice I leave you with: make the nurses love you, trust but verify, reflect on feedback because sometimes it's right, and show gratitude. I know with all that I am that you will succeed in residency and beyond. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I can't wait to see the amazing things you will achieve as physicians. Welcome to the community of healers.
Thank you, Jeff. That was wonderful. We were so looking forward to having you back on campus. You're obviously missed and beloved. I was taking notes too on his 4 pieces of advice. I think that applies to all of us. Before I introduce our next speaker, I wanted to recognize some faculty who were selected by our students for the most prestigious teaching awards. They were honored in the main graduation ceremony, but we thought they deserved to be recognized here as well. I'll ask each to stand to be recognized. First is the Chancellor's Teaching Award for Dr. Tyler Coyle. The second award is a President's Teaching Award for Dr. Maurice, as you know him, Scotty Scott. If you're interested in looking for all of our award winners, you can find a link on our graduation landing page. I also encourage you to go there to look at some select student stories that are listed on the page. It just gives you a snapshot of how remarkable our students are. Our next speaker I'd like to invite is our fearless leader of education, Senior Associate Dean for Education, Infectious Disease Specialist Extraordinaire, and clearly one of the most inspirational colleagues I've ever had. Dean Shanta Zimmer is going to be introducing our next speaker.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce my friend and an alumnus of our school, Dr. George A. Lopez, an internist and graduate of the University of Colorado School of Medicine. This morning, he received an honorary doctorate for his work benefiting the community, the practice of medicine, and the provision of health care. Dr. Lopez graduated from the CU School of Medicine in 1973. He is well known for inventing infusion therapy devices to enhance and save lives at the point of care. For example, the click lock device alleviates the risk related to IV needle dislodgement, which could affect not only patients, but also the healthcare workers concerned with the transmission of disease due to needle sticks. This innovation led Lopez to found and serve as CEO of ICU Medical, a leading manufacturer of safe medical connectors, custom medical products, and critical care devices. Other inventions include the Clave family of needle-free vascular access devices and the ChemoClave system, which allows pharmacists and nurses to safely mix and administer drugs used to treat cancer patients. Within the infusion therapy marketplace, Dr. Lopez's inventions are still considered best in class, and his presence and legacy are still a force in the medical device industry. As he worked to create the standard of care in infusion therapy for patients and providers, Dr. Lopez also has been on a personal quest to find a cure for Parkinson's disease, an illness that he heroically battles every day. In addition to his achievements in medicine, Lopez holds records in free immersion and variable ballast diving. An accomplished spear fisherman, in 2004, he held the world record for catching the largest black marlin ever caught, 269.4 pounds. Dr. Lopez retired as CEO of ICU Medical in 2014 and still serves on its board of directors. Under his leadership, the company has broadened its footprint in hospitals with products designed for use in ORs and ICUs. More importantly, this alumnus of our school is a friend and role model for all of us. Thank you for being here, Dr. Lopez. Congratulations on your honorary doctorate today, and we welcome you to the stage.
A little hot out there. I'll be quick. Dear graduates, faculty, and honored guests, I am deeply humbled to receive the honorary doctorate degree from the University of Colorado Medical School. As a proud alum of this esteemed institution, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you today and share a few words of inspiration. When I graduated from medical school in '73, I never imagined that my journey would take me down a path of entrepreneurship. However, my experience had taught me that the intersection of business and medicine is an exciting and fulfilling space to be in. Many people believe that business and medicine are incompatible. I did. But I'm here to tell you that it's simply not true. Have you ever heard a term that doctors make lousy businessmen? My success with the ICU Medical, ICUI, figure, a company I founded is proof that this is not true. Through innovation and perseverance, I was able to create a business that had made a significant impact in the healthcare industry. I understand that the road to success is not always easy, and it's filled with obstacles and challenges. However, I encourage you to never lose hope and always believe in yourself or start. Whether you choose to practice medicine, pursue research, or start a business, you have the power to make a difference in the lives of others. I know this to be true because I have faced challenges in my life before. I have a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease for 15 years, but despite these difficulties, I have been able to achieve a great many things, and I am confident that each of you have the potential to do the same. So as you leave this institution and embark on the next chapter of your lives, I urge you to remember that you have the power to create positive change in this world. And who knows, maybe one of you will be the one that cures Parkinson. Before I close, I want to issue special thanks to President Salomon, Chancellor Elliman, Dean Riley, Dr. Zimmer, and Cheryl Kisling for believing in me. So go get them, class of 2023.
Thank you, Doc, for those wonderful remarks. And speaking of having an impact that changes the world, think about the impact that he's had with his inventions. Now, I now have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, Dean John J. Riley. Dean Riley has been the Dean of the School of Medicine for 8 years and quite honestly has transformed the School of Medicine in that time. Prior to joining us at the University of Colorado, he was the Jack D. Myers Professor and Chair of Medicine at the University of Pittsburgh. Before arriving in Pittsburgh, he spent several years in leadership roles in pulmonary and critical care at the famous Brigham and Women's Hospital. He has over 150 publications and 300 invited presentations. On a personal note, a true highlight of my career is having the opportunity to join Dean Riley in the student lunches that he holds every month. He has a wonderful sense of humor. He shares some amazing stories about both his professional and personal lives. I've learned so much from him and about him. Please welcome Dean Riley.
Thank you, Brian. And on behalf of the school, let me add my welcome to the graduates, the faculty, family, friends, loved ones, both here in person and watching on the live stream. As I think you've gathered from Jeff Druck's remarks and those you've heard before, this truly is a team sport, both in the delivery of clinical care and also running a medical school. And I'm grateful for the outstanding team that we have. Part of that team are faculty who are retiring this year. We have 30 faculty who are retiring, and I want to briefly acknowledge them. Many of them have made very important contributions to the school, and we look forward to them enjoying the next phase of their careers. I will briefly read their names, and please hold your applause to the end. Amos Bailey, Steve Anderson, John Armstrong, Anirban Banerjee, Patty Batchelder, Paula Spaulding, Richard Boda, Todd Carpenter, Randall Clark, Lisa Dan Miller, Eduardo de Santos de Cruz, Julia Droz, Kurt Fried, Edward Hoffman, Joan Elaine Hooper, Daniel Janik, Steve Kick, Judith Knudsen, Robert Leader, Hal Levy, Susan Mandel, Robert McDuffie, Sarah McMurtry, Francis Meredith, Samia Nawaz, Joyce Neiman, Suzanne Lujan, Rosemary Rochford, Ann Scherzinger, Martin Schmidt after 52 years of service on the faculty, Candace Shepard, Marion Sills, Karen Swisshelm, Priya Warahara, Samia Nawaz, and Joyce Neiman. Please join me in recognizing their service. So I'm acutely aware of the fact that I am the only thing standing between you and your diplomas. So I will be brief and enjoy the cool temperatures while they last here. So usually at this is my 9th graduation since I've had the honor of becoming dean here. And usually I talk about the fact that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that is the ratio that you should follow in terms of listening to talking when you deal with patients. But I want to talk about 3 things that have been on my mind and echo some of the themes you heard from our earlier speakers. We've talked a lot today about COVID and the COVID pandemic, and you and other classes of 2023 will forever be the class that started before COVID hit the US and graduated after the pandemic. You've had a front row seat to the impact of this on our society. You've stepped up and provided outstanding patient care and adapted in many ways to the challenges of delivering an educational curriculum during that time. Evan eloquently talked about the disparities in outcomes during COVID, and that gets me to one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning. Now, when I interviewed for the job here in late 2014, I was the proud grandfather of newborn twins. And my wife and I had the opportunity to be in New York City with them this weekend, and they are now 8. And as you can imagine, between preemies at 31 weeks and second graders at the age of 8, the changes have been profound. And I would say the changes in our field have been profound over the same time. And looking at my grandchildren made me wonder what life would be like in medicine when they are your age, the age of our graduating class. And I think there are 3 things I want to bring to your attention to ask you to think about and do something about over the next 20 years. One has already been alluded to, the disparities in health outcomes in our society, sometimes euphemistically referred to as the social determinants of health. We saw it firsthand in COVID, but this is not a new phenomenon. It is the acute recognition of a chronic disease. We have disparities in terms of outcomes in infant and maternal mortality, blood pressure control, life expectancy, cancer, cardiovascular disease, the rates go on and on. Despite the amazing progress in genetics and the advent of personalized medicine that everybody talks about these days, the fact is, unfortunately, in 2023, your zip code is a better predictor of your life expectancy and health than your genetic code is. This is something we need to address and do something about it. The next two things fall under the area of new technologies. The first is the newfound ability to edit the human genome. It's a profoundly powerful tool. This stuff was the stuff of science fiction when I was in medical school, to talk about going in and fixing mutations in people and curing disease. And while no one would debate the desirability, for instance, of correcting the mutation that causes sickle cell disease and sparing patients a lifetime of painful crises, disability, and shortened life expectancies, the appropriateness of genetic engineering in other applications is not so clear. We're currently in a state here where the technology has outstripped our policies and ethics about its use, and that will be a challenge for your generation. The last area I want to talk about brings up the same dilemma. Anybody here who has not heard of ChatGPT? Right, all over the press these days, the advent of machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, huge data sets, the ability to generate insights and predictions about patients and populations that is unprecedented in our history. It has the potential to profoundly improve the way we deliver medicine, but it also has the potential to have some very undesirable effects as well. Again, this is an area where the technology has outstripped our ethical and policy framework. So why do I bring these three things up? When I was in med school a long time ago, I graduated in 1981, our primary focus was learning about how to take care of the patient that was in front of us right then. And when we were taught about patient advocacy or advocacy in general, it was typically in the course of trying to get services for a particular patient, usually with an insurance company, prior authorizations, getting a drug approved, some type of procedure that the patient needed. But by and large, physicians stayed out of the political realm. If they were lobbying for anything at a national or state level, it was usually related to physician reimbursement, not patient advocacy. So in order to address these things, you not only will have to take great care of the patient in front of you, but we'll also have to raise a voice, as Evan mentioned earlier in his talk, to inform society about the impacts of these and other areas on the patients we care for and our population as a whole. You know, America in 2023 is a highly fragmented society. You heard Evan mention some of that during his talk. We are one of the few professions left in America that takes care of everybody. Rich, poor, white, black, brown, Latino, Anglo, Asian, Protestant, Catholic, Muslim, Hindu, atheist, urban, rural, insured, uninsured, lifelong Americans, recent immigrants, and we need to be their voice. We are in a better place than most of the people who are making these decisions to advocate for our patients. We have the responsibility to take an active role and speak up because if we don't, no one else will. Now, I'm a little more optimistic than Evan is about the state of healthcare policy in the U.S., but which is not hard. I want to say that most of our elected officials have good intentions, but they don't know a lot about healthcare. And what the result of that is are policies that are well-intended but have unforeseen consequences. It's our responsibility to engage in dialogue with those people, educate them, advocate, so that we get policies that make sense for our patients and our societies. No one of you is going to be able to solve the social determinants of health. They are called that for a reason. It is our society's responsibility. But we can be a leading voice in the interventions that it will take to solve those social determinants of health. I want to say, Some of you recall a few years back when physicians spoke up about gun control, given that firearm injuries are the leading cause of death of children between the ages of 5 and 12, that the National Rifle Association told us that this was not our lane, we should stick in our lane, but this is our lane. And this is a fundamental difference from when I trained in medicine. Now, I have to say I'm a bit jealous of all of you. First of all, you're all younger and fitter than I am. It's a little distressing. And I still think medicine is the noblest profession. I think it's a fabulous time to be entering the career of medicine. There have been profound changes over the course of my career, but they are going to pale in comparison to what's going to happen over the course of your career. And I hope you all will be the voice to make sure those changes are all positive ones, and as a result, we have a better and healthier society at the end of your careers than we do now. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the parents and family here. We look forward to watching your careers, and don't forget about your alma mater. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dean Riley. Now we will begin the hooding ceremony. Graduates, you will be released by rows by the staff. Please leave your caps on your chairs and approach the platform. The hood that is placed on graduates dates back to the Middle Ages as the mantle of the profession placed on the shoulders of new physicians. The hood is lined with the colors of the university conferring the degree, and the dark green velvet trim denotes the medical degree. Graduates, when we call your name, please walk onto the platform and stand on the yellow line to be hooded. Jordan Anderson. Whole first row, come on up here. I've got a microphone, so I can just talk for a little bit if needed. Okay, here we go. Jordan Anderson has a BA in anthropology from Metropolitan State University of Denver. Jordan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Julia Freeman. Dr. Anderson will do their residency in pediatrics at Kaiser Permanente in Oakland. Ksenia Anishenko has a BA in biosciences from Rice University. Ksenia is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Granville Lloyd. Dr. Anishenko will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Pittsburgh. Jeremy Ansa Chum has a BS in petroleum engineering from Colorado School of Mines. Jeremy is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Dr. Ansa Chum will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at Yale in New Haven. Joel Ayers has a BA in philosophy and a BA in neuroscience from the University of Colorado Boulder. Joel is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Ayers will do their residency in emergency medicine at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Amelia Barber has a BS in neuroscience from Colorado State University. Amelia is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mark Deutschman. Dr. Barber will do their residency in emergency medicine at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Haley Buckingham has a BA in integrative physiology and a BA in psychology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Haley is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Suzanne Stam. Dr. Buckingham will do their residency in anesthesiology at the University of Nebraska in Omaha. Andrew Burns has a BA in integrative physiology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Andrew is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Burns will do their residency in anesthesiology at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. Catherine Cataldo is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. David Mathis. Dr. Cataldo will do their residency in plastic surgery at UNLV in Las Vegas. Candace Dale Seifers has a BS in biology from Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. Candace is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Regina Richards. Dr. Seifers will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at MedStar Union in Baltimore. Arun Chundani has a BS in chemical engineering from the University of Illinois. Arun is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Chundani will do their residency in internal medicine at Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis. Jessica Lakshmi Chandrasekhar has a BA in English and biology from the University of Virginia. Jessica Lakshmi is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Chandrasekhar will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Colorado. Andrea Chow has a BS in physiological science from the University of California, Los Angeles. Andrea is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Chow will do their residency in internal medicine at UC Davis in Sacramento. Nicholas Chancho has a BS in chemical and biological engineering from the University of Colorado Boulder. Nicholas is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Shay Claflin has a BS in biological sciences from the University of Denver. Shay is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mark Deutschman. Dr. Claflin will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Colorado. Jordan Coburn has a BS in physiology and developmental biology from Brigham Young University. Jordan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Zachary Trenbeth. Dr. Coburn will do their residency in radiology at Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. William Coburn has a BA in Russian and a BA in biochemistry from the University of Florida. William is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Coburn will do the residency in ophthalmology at Madigan Army Hospital in Tacoma. Adele Collins has a BS in molecular biology from the University of Denver. Adele is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Collins will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Cincinnati. Evan Cornish has a BA in ancient history from Columbia University. Evan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Amanda Swanson. Dr. Cornish will do their residency in obstetrics gynecology at UC Davis in Sacramento. Tiffany Kung is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Kung will do their residency in emergency medicine at Summit Health in Akron, Ohio. Yasmin Dakama is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Regina Richards. Dr. Dakama will do their residency in psychiatry at Hennepin in Minneapolis. Jonathan Dang is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Dang will do their residency in internal medicine at WSU in Everett. Rebecca Dinkle is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Dinkle will do their residency in anesthesiology at the University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas. Erica Dolph has a BS in biological systems engineering from the University of Nebraska. Erica is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Timothy Lovert. Dr. Dolph will do their residency in emergency medicine at Cook County in Chicago. Alicia Eskew has a BS in biochemistry from the Colorado School of Mines. Alicia is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Eskew will do their residency in internal medicine at Oregon Health and Science University in Portland. Josue Estrella has a BS in neuroscience from the University of Michigan. Josue is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Catherine Bellopoulos. Dr. Estrella will do their residency in general surgery at Boston University. Spencer Evans has a BA in Screen Arts and Cultures from the University of Michigan. Spencer is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Austin Butterfield. Dr. Evans will do their residency in emergency medicine at NYU. Carly Farr has a BS in environmental sciences and biology from Northern Arizona University and an MS in science of healthcare delivery from Arizona State University. Carly is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Farr will do their residency in neurological surgery at Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda. Jackson Fine has a BS in Global Health and an MS in Global Medicine, both from the University of Southern California. Jackson is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Lewis. Dr. Fine will do their residency in pediatrics at UC San Diego. Zihan Feng has a BS in biomedical engineering from Duke University. Zihan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brett Reese. Dr. Feng will do their residency in general surgery at the University of Pittsburgh. Justin Fitchner has a BA in ecology and evolutionary biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Justin is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Austin Butterfield. Dr. Fitchner will do their residency in family medicine at Lexington. Efrat Pisaha is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Regina Richards. Dr. Pisaha will do their residency in emergency medicine at UCLA. Mitchell Friedenland has a BA in biochemistry from the University of Colorado Boulder and an MS in law from Northwestern University. Mitchell is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Eric Wichter. Dr. Friedenland will do their residency in general surgery at MedStar Georgetown in Washington. Jackson Folk Logan has a BS in biomedical engineering from Tufts University. Jackson is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Folk Logan will do their residency in general surgery at Beth Israel Deaconess in Boston. Juan Galindez Mingo has a BS in biology from Indiana University. Juan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Galindez Mingo will do their residency in emergency medicine at USC in Los Angeles. Valerie Gao has a BA in molecular and cellular developmental biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Valerie is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Bifeng Gao. Dr. Gao will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Pittsburgh. Mason Gettleman has a BA in economics from the University of Montana. Mason is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Christine Baugh. Dr. Gettleman will do their residency in family medicine at Centura Health in Westminster. Matthew Genelin has a BA in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Matthew is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Heather Cassidy. Dr. Genelin will do their residency in internal medicine at Brown University in Providence. Alexis Kirk has a BS in biological sciences and a BS in psychology from the University of Denver. Alexis is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jennifer Carrigal. Dr. Kirk will do their residency in obstetrics gynecology at Mount Sinai in Oceanside. Rachel Graham has a BA in health and societies from the University of Pennsylvania and a Master of Public Health and International Health from Tulane University. Rachel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Tiffany Willard. Dr. Graham will do their residency in general surgery at St. Joseph's in Denver. Ryan Griffin has a BS in physiology from Michigan State University. Ryan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jamie Baker. Dr. Griffin will do their residency in general surgery at the University of North Dakota in Grand Forks.
Zachary Have has a BS in neuroscience from University of Minnesota. Zachary is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Benjamin Elkin. Dr. Have will do their residency in general surgery at St. Joseph in Denver. Stephen Haberkorn is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Haberkorn will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of Colorado. Colton Hageman has a BS in biochemistry from University of Nebraska. Colton is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mary Jesse. Dr. Hageman will do their residency in interventional radiology at University of Illinois in Chicago. Irfan Haider is unable to attend today. Dr. Haider will do their residency in family medicine at Valley Consortium in Modesto. Benjamin Hakakian has a BS in psychobiology degree from University of California, Los Angeles. Benjamin is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mitchell Leister. Dr. Hukakian will do their residency in psychiatry at USC in Los Angeles. Ali Hakimi has a BS in Computer Science Engineering from University of Colorado Boulder. Ali is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jennifer Adams. Dr. Hakimi will do their residency in vascular surgery at Penn State Hershey in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Ilsa Hale has a BA in Neuroscience from University of Colorado Boulder. Ilsa is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jeannie Youngworth. Dr. Hale will do their residency in internal medicine at Oregon Health and Science University in Portland. Jared Hansen is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Dr. Hansen will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Nikolai Haroun has a BA in biochemistry from Grinnell College. Nikolai is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Haroun will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Colorado. Alexandra Colucci Hayden has a BS in human biology from Wesleyan University and USC. Alexandra is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Colucci Hayden will do their residency in radiology diagnostic at USC in Los Angeles. John Hessling has a BS in aerospace engineering from United States Naval Academy. John is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mike Overbeck. Dr. Hessling will do their residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at University of Colorado. Clayton Hoffman has a BS in biomedical sciences from Colorado State University. Clayton is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Dr. Hoffman will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at University of Colorado. Alex Hoffner Heinecke has a BS in biological sciences from University of Denver. Alex is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Hoffner Heinecke will do their residency in medicine primary at Massachusetts General in Boston. Jack Hopp has a BA in human physiology from University of Minnesota. Jack is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jamie Baker. Dr. Hopp will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at University of Colorado. Stacy Horwitz has a BA in psychology from University of Colorado Boulder. Stacy is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Horwitz will do their residency in family medicine at Kaiser Permanente in Los Angeles. Jin Huang has a BA in biochemistry from University of California, Los Angeles. Jin is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Huang will do their residency in family medicine at Rutgers in Somerville. Amanda Hunt has a BA in Hispanic Studies, BS Biology from University of Minnesota. Amanda is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Nidya Navanandan. Dr. Hunt will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of Colorado. Ryan Imber has a BS in biology from Fort Hays State University. Ryan is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Lindsay Paulson. Dr. Imber will do their residency in family medicine at University of Arizona in Tucson. Mackenzie Isfel has a BS in biomedical sciences from Colorado State University. Mackenzie is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mike Overbeck. Dr. Isbell will do their residency in pediatrics at University of Maryland in Baltimore. Tennyson Jellins has a BS in psychobiology from University of California, Los Angeles, and an MS in physiology and biophysics from Georgetown University. Tennyson is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Jellins will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Colorado. Aspen Johnston has a BS in physiology from University of Arizona. Aspen is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jane Roosh. Dr. Johnston will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Colorado. Jamel Jordan is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Jordan will do their residency in internal medicine at SUNY in Brooklyn. He's being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Richards. Revathi Kaluri has a BS in biology from Indiana University. Revathi is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Michael McDermott. Dr. Kaluri will do their residency in general surgery at UCSF East Bay in Oakland. Grace Katzenson has a BS in neurobiology, physiology, and behavior and minor in sociology from University of California, Davis. Grace is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Joel Nyep. Dr. Katzenson will do their residency in pediatrics at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Naomi Kelly is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Kelly will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Omer Khan has a BS in neurobiology and physiology from University of Maryland. Omer is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Dr. Khan will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at UCSF in San Francisco. Erin Keon has a BS in neurobiology, physiology, and behavior from University of California, Davis. Erin is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Keon will be applying for pediatrics residency in the upcoming cycle. Emmeline Kim has a BA in Spanish and a BA in Biological Sciences from University of Southern California. Emmeline is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Monica Ertel. Dr. Kim will do their residency in ophthalmology at University of Colorado. Hannah Klatzkow has a BS in biology from University of Florida. Hannah is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Klatzkow will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas. Elizabeth Conan has a BS in biology from University of Wisconsin. Elizabeth is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Stanley Seffler. Dr. Conan will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Colorado. Helene Kuffel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Matthew Rustici. Dr. Kuffel will do their residency in anesthesiology at Stanford. Brenda Law has a BS in Business Administration and Finance from University of Colorado Boulder. Brenda is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Law will do their residency in Medicine Pediatrics at University of Colorado. Hunter LaCouture has a BS in Exercise Science from Brigham Young University. Hunter is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Vijaya Vemulukanda. Dr. LaCouture will do their residency in urology at University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Jonathan Lane has a BS in biology from Brigham Young University. Dr. Lane is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Lynn Lay has a BS in microbiology from University of California, San Diego. Lynn is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Lay will do their residency in anesthesiology at UC Irvine in Orange. Jessica Liu has a BS in biology from University of Florida. Jessica is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Liu will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Tennessee in Memphis. Tiffany Leon is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Emily McCourt. Dr. Leon will do their residency in internal medicine at USC in Los Angeles. Ian Liu has a BS and MS in molecular and cellular biology, BA in Spanish from University of Arizona, and a JD from New York University. Ian is being hooded by a faculty designee. Eleanor Lorton has a BA in molecular biology and biochemistry from Middlebury College. Eleanor is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Lorton will do their residency in pediatrics at University of Colorado. Kylie Lewisberg has a BA in psychology from University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. Kylie is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Lewisberg will do their residency in emergency medicine at University of Wisconsin in Madison.
Ann Mackey has a BS in kinesiology from University of San Francisco. Ann is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Caitlin Adkins. Dr. Mackey will do their residency in obstetrics gynecology at University of Colorado. Colin Malaska has a BS in neuroscience from University of Southern California. Colin is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Scott Laker. Dr. Malaska will do their residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at University of Colorado. Austin Mallory has a business finance degree from University of Colorado at Colorado Springs and a MS in biomedical sciences and biotechnology at CU Denver Anschutz. Austin was hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Mallory will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Iowa in Iowa City. Alec Mansour has a BS in neuroscience from University of Michigan. Alec is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Steven Zeichner. Dr. Mansour will do their residency in anesthesiology at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. Taylor Marshall has a BA in integrative physiology from University of Colorado and an MS in integrative physiology from University of Colorado at Boulder. Taylor is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Catherine Collins. Dr. Marshall will do their residency in pediatrics at UCLA in Los Angeles. Laura Maurer has a BS in chemistry from University of Redlands. Laura is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Erica Mandel. Dr. Maurer will do their residency in pediatrics at University of Colorado. Maxwell Maeda has a BS in biology from University of Denver and a MS in finance. Maxwell is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jeff Suhu. Dr. Maeda will do their residency in ophthalmology at University of Colorado. Meredith McKenna has a BA in integrative physiology and a BA in Spanish language and literature from University of Colorado Boulder. Meredith is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mark Deutschman. Dr. McCanna will do their residency in internal medicine at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Corey Meehan has a BA in statistics from Washington University in St. Louis. Corey is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Sorensen. Dr. Meehan will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of Chicago in Chicago. Samuel Merrill IX has a BS in microbiology from Brigham Young University. Samuel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Suhu. Dr. Merrill IX will do their residency in emergency medicine at Ascension St. John in Detroit. Ahmed Mohammed is unable to attend today. Dr. Mohammed will do their residency in family medicine at Poudre Valley in Fort Collins. Rona Moharan has a BS in neuroscience and cognitive science from University of Arizona. Runa is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Medea Abdel Maksud. Dr. Moharan will do their residency in surgery at University of Colorado in Aurora. Anthony Monzone has a BS in molecular biology from University of Denver and a MBA. Anthony is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Shanta Zimmer. Dr. Monzone will do their residency in general surgery at St. Joseph Hospital in Denver. Nancy Moran has a BS in rehabilitation science from University of Pittsburgh. Nancy is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Heather Cassidy. Dr. Moran will do their residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of Rochester in Rochester, New York. Brisa Mundo Santa Cruz has a BS in biological science from Colorado State University. Brisa is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Steven Zeichner. Dr. Mundo Santa Cruz will do their residency in family medicine at Health One in Inglewood. Derek Murcia has a BS in chemistry from Louisiana State University in Shreveport and a minor in biology from Louisiana State University. Derek is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Carolina Ortiz Lopez. Dr. Murcia will do their residency in neurologic surgery at University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas. Taylor Nielsen has a BS in biochemistry and molecular science, BS in animal science from Oklahoma State University. Taylor is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Daniel Ye. Dr. Nielsen will do their residency in general surgery at Ohio State University in Columbus. Kylan Elise Nielsen has a BA in molecular biology from Colorado College. Kylan is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Nelson will do their residency in child neurology at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Elio Nevis de Silva is unable to attend today. Dr. Nevis de Silva will do their residency in radiology diagnostic at Stanford. Eugene Ng has a BS in genetics cell biology from University of Minnesota. Eugene is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Ng will do their residency in emergency medicine at Health Partners Institute in St. Paul. Lynn Congia Nguyen has a BS in neuroscience from Regis University. Lynn is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Saren Teitz. Dr. Nguyen will do their residency in family medicine at Kaiser Permanente in San Diego. Sarah Jane Nodine has a BS in psychology from Northeastern University. Sarah Jane is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jason Zamkoff. Dr. Nodine will do their residency in pediatrics at University of Colorado. Ani Aganasayan is unable to attend today. Ani has a BA in history from University of California, Los Angeles. Dr. Oganasayan will do their residency in dermatology at University of Colorado. Elisaveta Orisheva has a BS in biology from University of Denver. Elisaveta is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Orisheva will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Daniel Owens has a BBA in finance from College of William and Mary and an MA in education from Loyola Marymount University. Daniel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Ty Lockspizer. Dr. Owens will do their residency in emergency medicine at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond. Vishruti Patel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Marisha Burden. Dr. Patel will do their residency in pediatrics at Phoenix Children's in Phoenix. Monica Jane Patton has a BA in integrative physiology from University of Colorado Boulder. Monica is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Tiffany Willard. Dr. Patton will do their residency in general surgery at Western Michigan University at Kalamazoo. Andrina Veronica Paul has a BS in biological sciences from Oakland University. Andrina is being hooded by Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Paul will do their residency in dermatology at University of Colorado. Matthew Paulson has a BA in U.S. history from Boston University. Matthew is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Vic Babarta. Dr. Paulson will do their residency in emergency medicine at Denver Health in Denver. Binan Pham is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Pham will do their residency in family medicine at Swedish Medical Center in Seattle. Jessica Phan has a BA in public health, BA in sociology from University of California, Berkeley. Jessica is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jessica Jack. Dr. Phan will do their residency in obstetrics gynecology at Kaiser Permanente in San Francisco. Lauren Pitzer has a BA in molecular biology from Colgate University. Lauren is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Michael Overbeck. Dr. Pitzer will do their residency in emergency medicine at Hennepin County in Minneapolis. Elijah Podokar is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Granville Lloyd. Dr. Podokar will do their residency in urology at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Victor Kwok is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Catherine Meyer. Dr. Kwok will do their residency in internal medicine at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara. Trey Rhodes has a BA in neurobiology from Washington University in St. Louis. Trey is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Heather Cassidy. Dr. Rhodes will do their residency in pediatrics at Baylor in Houston. Caitlin Ritz has a BA in biochemistry from University of Colorado Boulder. Caitlin is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Daniel Kramer. Dr. Ritz will do their residency in neurologic surgery at Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia. Joshua Romero has a BS in biochemistry and molecular biology from Colorado State University and Ames Community College. Joshua is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jessica Rowe. Dr. Romero will do their residency in general surgery at Sunrise Health in Las Vegas. Lexi Ross has a BA in human biology from Stanford University. Lexi is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Frank Scott. Dr. Ross will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at Stanford in Redwood City. Jessica Farange Seifi has a BA in neuroscience and South Asian studies from Wellesley College. Jessica is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Seifi will do their residency in medicine pediatrics at Baylor in Houston. Omar Samara is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Andres Hinao Martinez. Dr. Samara will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at Rutgers in New York. Bianca Sanchez has a BS in biochemistry, minor in health humanities from University of Colorado, Denver. Bianca is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Roberto Silva. Dr. Sanchez will do their residency in pediatrics at University of Colorado. Brianna Sandridge Bogarelli has a BS in health sciences from University of Oklahoma. Brianna is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Sandridge will do their residency in anesthesiology at UCLA. Michael Schaefer has a BS in chemistry and biochemistry from Colorado School of Mines and a MS and PhD in bioengineering. Michael is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Yushan Diana Sen. Dr. Schaefer will do their residency in thoracic surgery at University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Laura Schubert is unable to attend today. She has a BA in biology from Bard College and a PhD in cancer biology from University of Colorado. Dr. Schubert will do their residency in internal medicine at Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus. Violette Carolyn Simon has a BA in biology from University of San Diego and a MS in modern human anatomy. Violette is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Rachel Frank. Dr. Simon will do their residency in orthopedic surgery at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. John David Slaw has a BA in chemistry from Carleton College. John David is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Slaw will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Colorado. Kyle Smiley has a BS in kinesiology from UMass Amherst. Kyle is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Erica Mandel. Dr. Smiley will do their residency in emergency medicine at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio. Bektu Solomon is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Solomon will be doing their residency in obstetrics gynecology at University of Minnesota in Minneapolis. Daniel Soraya Jimenez has a BS in biochemistry from University of New Mexico. Daniel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Steven Zeichner. Dr. Soria Jimenez will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of California, San Diego. Haley Specht is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mark Deutschman. Dr. Specht will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Arizona in Phoenix. Bree Stafford has a BA in biomedical science from University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Bree is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Stafford will do their residency in anesthesiology at University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Jacob Steins has a BA in neuroscience from Vanderbilt University. Jacob is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Thomas Jensen. Dr. Steins will do their residency in family medicine at Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield. Sarah Stroop has a BA in integrative physiology from University of Colorado at Boulder. Sarah is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Cleveland Piggott. Dr. Stroop will do their residency in family medicine at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Malcolm Sue has a BS in biomedical engineering from University of California, Irvine. Malcolm is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Sue will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas. Sophia Sugar has a BS in health sciences from Gettysburg College. Sophia is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Sugar will do their residency in internal medicine at University of Colorado.
Wei Tut has a BA in biochemistry and molecular cellular development biology from University of Colorado Boulder. Wei is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Shanta Zimmer. Dr. Tut will do their residency in psychiatry at University of Colorado. Brooke Turkovich has a BA in biology from Whitman College. Brooke is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Alexis Garza. Dr. Turkovich will do their residency in family medicine at St. Mary's in Grand Junction. Michaela Thurston has a BS in psychology from University of Alabama. Michaela is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jenna Reichout. Dr. Thurston will do their residency in family medicine at St. Mary's in Grand Junction. Lillian Toastburn has a BA in anthropology from Washington University in St. Louis. Lillian is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Molly Jacobs. Dr. Toastburn will do their residency in family medicine at University of Colorado. Richard Tran has a BS in mechanical engineering from Stanford University. Richard is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Andrea Bischoff. Dr. Tran will do their residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at Columbia and Cornell in New York. Wesley Tran has a BA in psychology from University of Colorado Boulder and a Master's of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Regis University. Wesley is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Andrea Bischoff. Dr. Tran will do their residency in general surgery at University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas. Tara Trujillo has a BA in human biology from Stanford University. Tara is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Joel Stoddard. Dr. Trujillo will do their residency in psychiatry at UC San Diego. John Paul Tai has a BS in joint computer science and biology from McGill University. John Paul is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Alan Bielski. Dr. Tai will do their residency in anesthesia at the University of Colorado. Shilpa Tumala has a BA in neurobiology on mind, brain, and behavior track, secondary in chemistry from Harvard College. Shilpa is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Austin Butterfield. Dr. Tumala will do their residency in obstetrics and gynecology at the University of Utah Health in Salt Lake City. Carolyn Vance has a BS in industrial and systems engineering from the University of Southern California. Carolyn is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Stephen Lowenstein. Dr. Vance will do their residency in emergency medicine at Denver Health in Denver. Ivana Vasek has a BA in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology from University of Colorado Boulder. Ivana is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Magdalene Brooke Sanchez. Dr. Vasek will do their residency in general surgery at UC San Francisco in Oakland. Frances Vernon is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jose Castillo Mencia. Dr. Vernon will do their residency in medicine primary at UC San Francisco in San Francisco. Valyamai Vinay Thirthan has a BS in biological sciences from University of California, Santa Barbara. Valyamai is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Vinay Thirthan will do their residency in internal medicine at the University of Vermont in Burlington. Kristen Vossler has a BS in biology from Georgia Institute of Technology. Kristen is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jenna Hardland. Dr. Vossler will do the residency in internal medicine at UC San Francisco in San Francisco. Megan Taylor Wade is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Jennifer Adams. Dr. Wade will do their residency in obstetrics and gynecology at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Amber Walters has a BS in Genetics and Biotechnology from Brigham Young University. Amber is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Craig McCarty. Dr. Walters will do their residency in pediatrics at Phoenix Children's in Phoenix. Mary Wong has a BA in Neuroscience and Behavioral from Mount Holyoke College. Mary is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Sabrina Newman. Dr. Wong will do their residency in family medicine at the University of Arizona in Phoenix. Gregory Watson has a BA in Molecular, Cellular, and Development Biology and Integrative Physiology from the University of Colorado Boulder. Gregory is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Mario Villaseñor. Dr. Watson will do their residency in anesthesiology at the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Rachel Wiesner has a BA in Psychology and Pre-Medical Studies from Miami University. Rachel is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Joseph Sakai. Dr. Wiesner will do their residency in psychiatry at the University of Colorado. Derek Wengren is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Wengren will do their residency in internal medicine at WSU in Everett. Dana Yabrudi has a BS in chemistry from SUNY Brooklyn College. Dana is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Brian Dwinell. Dr. Yabrudi will do their residency in internal medicine at Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis. Madeline Yemps has a BS in Science Business from the University of Notre Dame. Madeline is being hooded by a faculty designee. Stephanie Yu has a BA in Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology from the University of Colorado Boulder and a BA in Music. Stephanie is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Yu will do their residency in general surgery at Mayo Clinic in Phoenix. Katerina Zagona Prizio is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Zagona Prizio will do their residency in dermatology at the University of Colorado. Rachel Ankar is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Emily Weiner. Dr. Ankar will do their residency in internal medicine at Massachusetts General in Boston. Leah Bowen is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Kara Wilson. Dr. Bowen will do their residency in interventional radiology at the University of Colorado. Ashley Denny is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Denny will do their residency in pathology at the University of Colorado. Marley Fisher is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Martin McCarter. Dr. Fisher will do their residency in plastic surgery at the University of Colorado. Robert Jones is unable to attend today. Bob has a BS in biology from the University of Michigan Dearborn and a PhD from the University of Colorado in pharmacology. Dr. Jones will do their residency in internal medicine at Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus. Wells LeRiviere is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Hunter Moore. Dr. LeRiviere will be doing their residency in general surgery at the University of Colorado. Evan Lester is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Kara Wilson. Dr. Lester will do their residency in neurology at Cornell, New York. Jason Silver is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Adele Marin. Dr. Silver will do their residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of Washington in Seattle. Matthew Svalina is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Svalina will do their residency in neurologic surgery at the University of Colorado. Ricardo Israel Villarreal is being hooded by a faculty designee. Dr. Villarreal will do their residency in psychiatry at the University of Colorado. Ruth Wong is being hooded by their mentor, Sabrina Newman. Dr. Wong will do their residency in dermatology at the University of California, San Diego. Daniel Thomas Yeomans is being hooded by their mentor, Dr. Kara Wilson. Dr. Yeomans will do their residency in internal medicine at UC San Diego. We salute the class of 2023. I would like to acknowledge and ask you to thank the Student Life staff, the faculty marshals, and staff volunteers. I would like to invite Dr. Shanta Zimmer, Senior Associate Dean of Education, and Dr. George Doc Lopez to the platform.
Now, will all the physicians in the audience please stand to join us in the recitation of the oath? Class of 2023, that includes you. Please recite the oath after me. I swear by what is sacred to me that I will fulfill, according to my ability and judgment, this oath and this covenant. I devote myself to the health of humanity with full respect for the dignity and worth of each person. Above all, I will strive to do no harm.
To do no harm.
I recognize that my knowledge and skills are imperfect and that I must always seek further training and growth. I will not perform treatments for which I am not qualified, and I will call upon others for help. In turn, I will gladly render aid when asked. I commit myself to the profession of medicine, to the advancement of scientific knowledge, and to the education and mentorship of those who follow me.
Commit myself to this profession, medicine, and the education and mentorship of those who follow me.
I will respect the rights of my patients and colleagues and shall safeguard those competences placed in me.
I will respect the rights of my patients.
I will speak out when silence is wrong. I will respect the law, but I will not fail to seek changes that would reduce suffering or contribute to good health.
I will speak in.
I recognize the trust that has been placed in me by society and by my colleagues. I will at all times comport myself with dignity, honesty, humility, and integrity. These things I do swear solemnly, freely, and upon my personal and professional honor.
Upon my personal and professional honor.
This concludes our 2023 graduation ceremonies. There will be a formal recessional led by our marshals. Please return Please return all regalia to ED2 North 1304 by 2 p.m. today. Please also pick up the alumni gift from the alumni table by Wood Grain Bagels. Congratulations to our new physicians, the class of 2023. Welcome to the profession of medicine.